today was a day like any other. I was listening to music, I was streaming, and I was playing chess against my subscribers. Now, one of my subscribers was a little bit suspicious. I looked into his profile and he had photoshopped a picture of me into his profile. And it said Dua Lipa fan number 1 and a Cramling enemy number 1. And so I said, okay, this is someone that really has put their time and effort into creating a description about me. But it didn't stop there. He decided before our game started to actually stream his preparation of the game, preparing for my battle against Anna Cramling, it said. So I said, okay, what is going on here? This is really someone that wants to beat me. But he's 600 rated. There's no way he's going to be able to beat me. So I decided to just play the game like I typically do. So the game, just going to put it up over here. The game went like this. I had the black pieces and he started with the move d4. I went knight f6. This is what I typically do. And I wasn't really thinking much because, I mean, like I said, he was 600 rated. I thought I could do pretty much anything and beat him, which is not something you should do. But because I'm 2000, I'm much higher rated than him. So I was really chill and I was just playing up moves. Knight f3, I went d5. We have your queen's gambit decline. So I decided to go c6, which is an ultra safe way of playing this. And here we have a Semislav. He went e3 and I just went knight bd7. It's a very solid position. He went queen c2 and I decided to go bishop b4 to just simply pin this knight. My errors are terrible. Now, typically when I'm playing as lower rated players, I like, pinning and doing stuff like this because sometimes they will fall for mistakes. But no, he went a3, immediately challenged my bishop, and so I decided to bring my bishop back. I didn't want to trade. So now he went bishop d3, castles, and I decided to capture on c4. Now, this is actually not a position where you typically want to do this. In this position, it would have been better for me to maybe go b6 and then bishop b7 and just basically prepare to go c5 later on instead of going for the plan that I went for. My opponent's plan here is just simply to go e4. And so maybe I should stop it a little bit. But I wasn't really thinking much, as I said, because he was 600 rated. So, captured and still I wasn't really reacting to anything. And I went b5. And this plan you can play sometimes, but actually in this opening, it's sort of become a little bit bad because I'm allowing him to get a lot of center. So this is actually not really the time where I want to go for this captures and take here because he's just now gaining a lot of control of the center as I'm basically removing my only central pawn. So he went back with the bishop to d3. And then I went bishop b7, and here my position is starting to get really cramped, and he went e4, which is a fantastic move. And in this position, I made a blunder. And the moment I played it, I realized it was a blunder. So I went a6. And why is this a blunder? Well, because of the fact that he can push, and then he can threaten my knight so that my knight has to move somewhere, and then he can capture my pawn over here as this knight is defending the pawn. But I thought, okay, I mean, yes, my opponent has played well so far, but come on, he's 600 rated. There's no way that he constantly plays the best moves. But I did. So he went e4 and I said, okay, whatever. It's fine. I'll lose a pawn. We'll come back. It's okay. He's 600 rated. We got this. So I went up to d5 and he captured first here. And after I captured, he went bishop takes h7 and captured my pawn on h7. Now, the only legal move that I have is king h8. And now he simply went back with the bishop to d3, which, a lot of times I would say that, somebody might try to, I don't know, maybe bring the rook in or whatever. But he went back to d3 because he knew that otherwise I'm going to go g6 and trap this bishop on h7. So I was starting to get a little bit stressed here. And, I felt my palms don't really sweat when I'm stressed. But I was starting to feel like, okay, like what's going on? He's playing really well. Like I need to bring out my A game now or I'm going to lose against the 600, which I haven't done in a very long time. So here I played another move that, well, I thought during the game was good, but I actually completely missed an idea. So once again, I was still playing like quite calmly, listening to music, whatever. And so I went g6 in this position and I didn't realize that this move was incredibly strong due to one move that my opponent has, which is queen d2. And all of a sudden, I just saw all of my opponent's pieces running towards my king. Because right now, he's threatening to go queen h6 check. And then after the king goes somewhere, let me just show you. If I would go somewhere random, he's threatening to go queen h6 check, king g8, and then he's threatening to go knight g5 and try to checkmate me. And if I exchange, he's just going to bring up a bishop and he's just going to checkmate me. So I realized that all of a sudden, after he went for this really beautiful move, queen d2, that I am in really big trouble, and I didn't see what I could do apart from blocking the queen from coming in. So I went g5 and just tried to block the queen. Now, in this game, I have played two really bad moves, which are one a6, which was the main bad move, and then g6. These are two mistakes that I've done. But my opponent kept finding all the good moves. So here, he captured on g5, and then after takes, he went for this really fancy move, queen d1, which, okay, I really thought that he would capture on g5 because let's be completely honest, I mean, this is just a really fancy move, which obviously, you can see, but at this level, he's just finding all of the best moves constantly. Queen d1 is a beautiful move with the idea that he doesn't want to trade queens, which I thought he was going to do. I was like, there's no way he goes for something like this. He doesn't want to trade queens because he wants to checkmate me. So he wants to go queen here and then bring up this over here and then basically capture. So I'm going to show you what happened. I went king g7 and here he went queen. I was preventing queen h5 check, but here he went queen g4, pinning my bishop, and I realized there's nothing I can do. There's nothing I can do. I can literally not go anywhere. I cannot go something like f6 to try to defend because he's just simply going to take, and after takes he's going to take this. So there's literally nothing I can do in that position. So here I decided to go for, I went for a bad move, but there's nothing I can do in this position. I went for king h6, and then he immediately just went for queen h3 check, king g7, queen h7, checkmate. Now, this game was definitely not a masterpiece by me. It was one of the worst games that I've played in a while, but it was a blitz game. But he played, and I'm not kidding, guys. If we put the game review over here, I just want to show you. He played with an accuracy of 98. 98! Which at 600 level is absolutely insane. So I was very suspicious about this, but I don't like being suspicious against people after I lose because I sort of feel like, okay, I'm just mad about the fact that I lost. So I decided to give him the benefit of the doubt and say, hey, this person may have just played the greatest game of their life. So I didn't report him. I didn't do anything like that. I just decided to move on with my life and, say, okay, I lost against the 600. It's okay. Things happen. I played a bad game. We move on. But instantly, and I mean instantly, like literally 2 minutes later, I see this. Closed fair play. This account has been closed for violating our fair play policy. These rules keep chess fair for everyone. And so I knew that he had cheated this game because, guys, look at this. Just look at this. Look at this. And I'm calling him Stockfish. I'm not calling him by his real name because I don't want to encourage anyone to cheat. So I don't want to give him that attention. So yeah, please do not cheat. So I'm just calling him for Stockfish because that's exactly what he is. Look at this. All the previous games, he had an accuracy of 48.6, 55.3. Here he had 78.3, which was amazing. But, it just kept going like that. But in this game, he had 98. So that definitely stood out. And I just find it hilarious that chess.com banned him immediately because that's what happens when you cheat. But then I was like, what's going on? And he said in my Twitch chat something along the lines, I'm sorry, Anna. I couldn't stop myself from doing it, or I had to try to beat you, or something like that. His once in a lifetime thing was that he wanted to beat me in chess. And he did, but now he doesn't get to play chess anymore. And the worst part of everything was that he had a diamond membership account. So he had spent like $100 on having a diamond membership on this account, and now he can't use it. So guys, moral of the story, do not cheat, you will get banned. And yeah, I'm happy that we exposed the cheater. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you all in the next one.